driving theory test for technical matters with a bearing on road safety.
Question 556. Why is it important to ensure that the vehicle headlights are correctly aligned? A. To reduce battery consumption. B. To enable the driver to see properly. C. To enable the driver to drive faster in the dark. D. To increase the lifespan of your headlights.
Question 556. Answer B. To enable the driver to see properly. Explanation: you should ensure that your headlights are properly aligned and clean. When dipped, properly aligned headlights are less likely to dazzle oncoming traffic.
Question 557. In general, how frequently should a vehicle's lights be checked? A. Annually. B. When a service is performed. C. Not regularly. D. Regularly.
Question 557. Answer D. Regularly. Explanation: you are responsible for your vehicle's roadworthiness and you should check it at regular intervals. Among the checks you should make are that all the lights are in working order.
Question 558. What effect can a broken lens have on a headlight? A. It can cause the bulb to overheat. B. It can reduce and distort the beam. C. It can cause the bulb to blow if not fixed immediately. D. It can increase the brightness of the beam.
Question 558. Answer B. It can reduce and distort the beam. Explanation: you are responsible for your vehicle's roadworthiness and you should check it at regular intervals. Among the checks you should make are that all the lights are in working order. If you find defects in the lights, you should have them repaired as soon as possible.
Question 559. A driver wishes to drive at night but their right-hand headlight bulb is blown. What should the driver do? A. Not drive until the bulb is replaced. B. Replace it temporarily with the brake light bulb. C. Replace it temporarily with the left-hand bulb. D. Drive with the right-hand indicators on.
Question 559. Answer A. Not drive until the bulb is replaced. Explanation: you must not drive on the road unless your vehicle's headlights are in good working order and adjusted properly.
Question 560. Which of the following is the driver required to keep in good condition? A. Upholstery. B. Headlights. C. Radio. D. Air freshener.
Question 560. Answer B. Headlights. Explanation: you are responsible for your vehicle's roadworthiness and you should check it at regular intervals. Among the checks you should make are that all the lights, including the headlights, are in working order.
Question 561. Which of the following is the driver required to keep in good condition? A. Radio. B. Seatbelts. C. Upholstery. D. Air freshener.
Question 561. Answer B. Seatbelts. Explanation: you are responsible for your vehicle's roadworthiness and you should check it at regular intervals. Among the checks you should make are that all the seatbelts, drivers and passengers, are in good working order.
Question 562. How would a driver know if a brake light bulb was not working? A. The remaining brake light is brighter than normal. B. The remaining brake light is dimmer than normal. C. The brake pedal feels soft. D. By standing at the rear of the vehicle and checking as another person presses the brake pedal.
Question 562. Answer D. By standing at the rear of the vehicle and checking as another person presses the brake pedal. Explanation: to help you to be sure that the rear brake lights are working correctly, ask someone to stand outside the car and to check that the lights come on when you press the brake pedal.
Question 563. Is it permissible to drive a vehicle on a public road when the brake lights are not working? A. Outside of lighting up time. B. When driving slowly. C. When driving in a built-up area. D. No, the driver is never permitted to be driven.
Question 563 Answer, D. No, the driver is never permitted to be driven. Explanation: you must ensure that your vehicle's brake lights are clean and working correctly before driving on a public road.
Question 564. What does this light mean? A. The battery is not charging. B. The gearbox is overheat. C. Load insecure on trailer. D. The engine is overheat.
Question 564 Answer, A. The battery is not charging. Explanation: if the battery warning light comes on, it means there is some kind of problem with the electrical charging system of the vehicle and the battery isn't being charged properly.
Question 565. What does this light mean? A. The headlights should be dipped. B. The reversing light switched on. C. A faulty number plate light. D. The high beam headlights are switched on.
Question 565 Answer, D. The high beam headlights are switched on. Explanation: all vehicles are fitted with warning lights to alert you to different things. This light comes on when your full beam headlights are turned on.
Question 566. What does this light mean? A. Low oil level. B. Excessive level of battery fluid. C. Low level of battery fluid. D. Low level of brake fluid.
Question 566 Answer, A. Low oil level. Explanation: if the oil pressure warning light comes on, it means that the oil pressure has dropped. You should not drive the vehicle until the problem is fixed.
Question 567. What does this light mean? A. Brake light bulb blown. B. Directional indicator on. C. Faulty indicator bulb. D. Headlight bulb blown.
Question 567 Answer, B. Directional indicator on. Explanation: all vehicles are fitted with warning lights to alert you to different things. This light tells you that the directional indicator is on.
Question 568. What should a driver do if a warning light starts flashing on the dashboard of their vehicle? A. Continue for a distance to see if the light will go out. B. Carry on and check the problem later. C. Continue to drive and listen for any unusual sounds. D. Stop and check the problem.
Question 568 Answer, D. Stop and check the problem. Explanation: if a warning light starts flashing while you are driving, you should stop in a safe place and investigate the problem before deciding what action to take.
Question 569. What should a driver do if a red warning light lights up on the dashboard of their vehicle? A. Continue on and listen for any unusual sounds. B. Stop and investigate the cause. C. Continue on and see if it will go out. D. Drive to the nearest garage and have it checked.
Question 569 Answer, B. Stop and investigate the cause. Explanation: if a warning light comes on while you are driving, you should stop in a safe place and investigate the problem before deciding what action to take.
Question 570. What is the purpose of the vehicle's reflectors? A. They warn pedestrians of your location. B. They are a substitute in case of brake light failure. C. They warn the driver behind to switch to dipped headlights. D. They reflect light at night to make other road users aware of the vehicle.
Question 570 Answer, D. They reflect light at night to make other road users aware of the vehicle. Explanation: motor vehicles are fitted with reflectors to make it easier to be seen by other road users. Keep your reflectors clean to ensure they are most effective.
Question 571. When a driver operates the indicator switch and hears a more rapid clicking noise than normal, what could this mean? A. The voltage regulator in your car is not functioning properly. B. The front and rear indicators are not working in tandem. C. The hazard warning lights are on. D. An indicator bulb has blown.
Question 571 Answer, D. An indicator bulb has blown. Explanation: a rapid clicking noise when you turn on an indicator is usually a sign that one of the indicator bulbs has failed. You are responsible for making sure that your vehicle is roadworthy. This should include a regular check that all your lights, including indicators, are working properly.
Question 572. What does ABS do? A. It deploys the airbags during a collision. B. It locks the brakes to prevent skidding during harsh braking. C. It prevents the wheels from locking under harsh braking conditions. D. It displays the name of the radio station playing on the car radio.
Question 572 Answer, C. It prevents the wheels from locking under harsh braking conditions. Explanation: anti-lock braking system, ABS, is a type of braking system found in most modern cars. It comes into play automatically when you brake harshly. In the wet, it can help prevent the wheels from skidding so that you can continue to steer while braking. ABS does not reduce the braking distance.
Question 573. If the brake pedal of a vehicle feels soft or spongy when applied, what does this mean? A. A fault in the brake fluid system. B. Worn brake pads. C. Worn handbrake cable. D. Overheated brake pads.
Question 573 Answer, A. A fault in the brake fluid system. Explanation: if the brake pedal feels soft or spongy when you press it, it could indicate that the brake fluid level is low and there is a fault in the system. Each time you set out on a journey, test your brakes. Check the brake fluid level regularly.
Question 574. How would a driver know if the brake fluid in their vehicle is low? A. Take longer than usual to release. B. The brakes feel spongy and soft. C. The brakes are unusually sharp. D. The brakes feel hard to press.
Question 574 Answer, B. The brakes feel spongy and soft. Explanation: if the brake pedal feels soft or spongy when you press it, it could indicate that the brake fluid level is low and there is a fault in the system. Check the brake fluid level regularly, and test the brakes each time you set out on a journey.
Question 575. What is a possible consequence of driving a vehicle in which the brake fluid level is low? A. The vehicle could fail to stop when the brakes are applied, leading to a collision. B. The vehicle brakes would react better. C. No consequence. D. It may improve performance.
Question 575 Answer, A. The vehicle could fail to stop when the brakes are applied, leading to a collision. Explanation: for your brakes to work correctly, you need to make sure that the brake fluid is kept at the correct level. If the brake fluid is low, the brakes will feel spongy or soft. They won't work as well as they should, and this will increase your stopping distance. Low brake fluid could be the difference between stopping safely and having a collision.
Question 576. If a driver applies the foot brake and hears a scraping noise, what is the most likely cause? A. The brake pads are wet. B. There is not enough oil on the brakes. C. The brake linings or pads are worn. D. There is too much oil on the brakes.
Question 576 Answer, C. The brake linings or pads are worn. Explanation: you should test your brakes before setting out on a journey. If when driving you a scraping noise when you press the brake, the most likely reason is that the brake linings or pads are worn. In this case, your brakes won't work as well as they should. Have worn brake linings or pads replaced immediately.
Question 577. How does a driver know when there is a problem with the brakes in their vehicle? A. The vehicle is sluggish when moving off. B. The vehicle's suspension is affected. C. The vehicle's stopping ability is affected. D. The brake fluid level would be low.
Question 577 Answer, C. The vehicle's stopping ability is affected. Explanation: you should test your brakes before setting out on a journey. If when you are braking you notice that it takes longer than usual to bring the vehicle to a stop, you should have the brakes checked by a mechanic immediately.
Question 578. If driving a vehicle with automatic transmission, what in particular should a driver be aware of? A. That engine braking power is reduced. B. That wheel spin occurs more often. C. That the gearbox may overheat while being driven in a low gear. D. That an automatic transmission accelerates faster than a manual transmission.
Question 578 Answer, A. That engine braking power is reduced. Explanation: when you are driving an automatic vehicle and you release the accelerator, the vehicle will not slow at the same rate as a vehicle with a manual gearbox. You should be aware of this, as you may need to apply the brake earlier in order to stop where required.
Question 579. What effect does automatic transmission have on engine braking power? A. It reduces it. B. It transfers the braking ability to the handbrake. C. It increases it. D. It transfers the braking ability to all the wheels.
Question 579 Answer, A. It reduces it. Explanation: when driving an automatic vehicle and you release the acceleration, the vehicle will not slow at the same rate as a vehicle with a manual gearbox. You should be aware of this, as you may need to apply the brake earlier in order to stop where required.
Question 580. What does a rev counter provide information on? A. Engine revolutions. B. Temperature. C. Speed. D. Fuel level.
Question 580 Answer, A. Engine revolutions. Explanation: the rev counter measures the speed of the engine. In revolutions per minute generally, the higher the revs, the more fuel the engine is using, so you should keep an eye on the rev counter to help you drive in a more eco-friendly manner.
Question 581. What does this dial provide information on? A. Engine revolution. B. Gearbox revolutions. C. Air pressure. D. Battery charge.
Question 581 Answer, A. Engine revolution. Explanation: the rev counter measures the speed of the engine. In revolutions per minute generally, the higher the revs, the more fuel the engine is using, so you should keep an eye on the rev counter to help you drive in a more eco-friendly manner.
Question 582. If, when driving along, the driver notices that the engine power is lower than normal, what should they do? A. Have the vehicle checked by a competent mechanic. B. Replace the oil filter. C. Adjust the fuel mixture control mechanism. D. Switch to a different fuel.
Question 582 Answer, A. Have the vehicle checked by a competent mechanic. Explanation: if when driving you notice that the vehicle seems underpowered, you should have it checked by a competent mechanic as soon as possible. This could be a symptom of one of a number of problems.
Question 583. If the oil gauge shows little or no pressure, what could the problem be? A. The oil level is too low. B. The oil level is too high. C. The oil is too thin. D. The oil is too thick.
Question 583 Answer, A. The oil level is too low. Explanation: you should check the oil level in your vehicle regularly, and if it is low, top it up. If you find you have to top up very often, you should have the vehicle checked by a mechanic to see if there is a problem.
Question 584. What may happen if the vehicle's engine oil is not changed regularly? A. It causes excessive exhaust pollution. B. It causes the engine to overheat. C. It increases the amount of petrol required. D. Parts of the engine may suffer increased wear.
Question 584 Answer, D. parts of the engine may suffer increased wear. Explanation: engine oil becomes dirty over time and must be changed. The oil change is usually done when the vehicle is being serviced.
Question 586. If a vehicle is driven with low oil pressure, what effect does this have on its engine? A. It increases fuel consumption only in wet weather. B. It increases wear and tear on the engine. C. It increases fuel consumption only in dry weather. D. It increases fuel consumption.
Question 586. Answer: B. It increases wear and tear on the engine. Explanation: low oil pressure is usually related to low oil level or to a faulty oil pump. You should check the oil level in your vehicle regularly, and if it is low, top it up. If you find you have to top up very often, you should have the vehicle checked by a mechanic to see if there is a problem.
Question 587. If the vehicle's oil pressure gauge is reading low or the red oil pressure warning light comes on, what should a driver do? A. Drive at lower speeds until the oil level is topped up. B. Drive in a low gear and at lower speeds until the oil level is topped up. C. Drive in a low gear until the oil level is topped up. D. Drive to a safe place, stop the vehicle and check the oil level.
Question 587. Answer: D. Drive to a safe place, stop the vehicle and check the oil level. Explanation: oil circulation is essential for the safe running of your vehicle's engine. If the warning lights or gauges tell you that the oil is low or the pressure is low, you should stop as soon as you can in safe place, check the oil level, and top up if necessary. Continuing to drive may damage the engine. If the problem is not just related to the oil level, you should have the vehicle checked by a mechanic.
Question 588. What should someone do before checking the engine oil level on a vehicle? A. Make sure that the engine is cold. B. Make sure that the engine is running. C. Make sure that the engine is hot. D. Make sure that the engine is switched off.
Question 588. Answer: D. Make sure that the engine is switched off. Explanation: you should have a basic knowledge of the regular checks that should be carried out on your vehicle. Checking the engine oil level is important. Do this with the engine switched off.
Question 589. What is the purpose of engine oil? A. It lubricates the engine components. B. It lubricates the steering components. C. It lubricates the exhaust system. D. It lubricates the bonnet.
Question 589. Answer: A. It lubricates the engine components. Explanation: the purpose of engine oil is to lubricate and cool the moving parts of the engine.
Question 590. What is the function of an engine oil filter? A. It prevents the engine from being overfilled. B. It replenishes low oil level in the engine. C. It prevents excessive wear on the crankshaft. D. It prevents the circulation of sediment in the oil.
Question 590. Answer: D. It prevents the circulation of sediment in the oil. Explanation: the oil filter collects impurities and sediment from the oil and so helps to reduce damage and wear and tear on the engine. The oil filter must be changed regularly. This is usually done when the vehicle is being serviced.
Question 591. While driving, a driver notices a strong smell of fuel. What should they do? A. Stop where safe and investigate. B. Check the exhaust system. C. Drive at a reduced speed. D. Check that the fuel cap is secured properly.
Question 591. Answer: A. Stop where safe and investigate. Explanation: a strong smell of fuel is usually an indication that something is wrong, and you should stop and investigate as soon as possible. Leaking or spilling petrol can be dangerous because it is so combustible, and leaking diesel fuel can make the road very slippery.
Question 592. When is it recommended to use coolant? A. Summer only. B. All year round. C. Winter only. D. Only in petrol engine vehicles.
Question 592 Answer, B. All year round. Explanation: the purpose of coolant is to keep the engine cool during operation. Coolant is usually a mixture of water and antifreeze. This ensures that the coolant does not freeze in very cold weather.
Question 593. What does the warning light and/or red zone on a fuel gauge mean? A. The presence of leaded fuel. B. A leak in the fuel system. C. The level of fuel in the tank is low. D. Overfilling.
Question 593 Answer, C. The level of fuel in the tank is low. Explanation: many vehicles are fitted with various warning lights and gauges. A red zone or a warning light on a fuel gauge means the vehicle is low in fuel and should be refueled as soon as possible.
Question 594. While driving, the driver notices the vehicle temperature gauge showing red. What should they do? A. Drive on to the nearest service depot and fill up with water. B. Stop in a safe place and have the problem investigated. C. Remove filler cap from radiator and check for leakage. D. Not drive until anti-waxing agent is added to the coolant.
Question 594 Answer, B. Stop in a safe place and have the problem investigated. Explanation: many vehicles are fitted with various warning lights and gauges. A warning light or a red zone on a temperature gauge means the engine is starting to overheat and the vehicle should not be driven until the problem is rectified.
Question 595. What should a driver do if they notice steam rising from the engine compartment? A. Not drive until anti-waxing agent is added to the coolant. B. Drive on to the nearest service depot and fill up with water. C. Remove filler cap from radiator and check for leakage. D. Stop where safe and investigate the cause.
Question 595 Answer, D. Stop where safe and investigate the cause. Explanation: when a vehicle shows signs of overheating, you should stop in a safe place and investigate the problem. Do not drive a vehicle whose engine is overheating, as this could damage the engine.
Question 596. If a driver notices that parts of their vehicle's body have been affected by rust, what should they do? A. Have paint sprayed over it of the same color. B. Treat the area with grease and paint over it. C. Have it sandpapered and keep the affected area dry. D. Have it repaired by a competent repair shop.
Question 596 Answer, D. Have it repaired by a competent repair shop. Explanation: over time vehicles may become affected by rust to various degrees. You should inspect your vehicle's body periodically, and if you find signs of rust you should have it assessed and repaired if necessary to prevent further deterioration.
Question 597. What effect can a worn shock absorber have on a vehicle? A. It can increase fuel consumption. B. It can release the airbags. C. It can cause the vehicle to bounce in an unstable manner. D. It can cause an electrical short circuit.
Question 597 Answer, C. It can cause the vehicle to bounce in an unstable manner. Explanation: a worn shock absorber can make a vehicle difficulty to control, especially on uneven surfaces, and it can increase stopping distance.
Question 598. What effect would a weakly charged battery have on a vehicle's driving performance? A. It would have no effect. B. Uphill acceleration would be reduced. C. The fuel would burn less efficiently. D. It would improve performance.
Question 598 Answer, A. It would have no effect. Explanation: it might be difficult to start a car with a weak battery, but once the engine is running, it makes no difference. You should replace the battery before it runs out completely.
Question 599. What is the purpose of the battery fitted to a petrol or diesel-powered motor vehicle? A. Run the parking lights. B. Turn the starter motor. C. Provide heat to the passenger compartment. D. To start the engine.
Question 599 Answer, D. To start the engine. Explanation: the primary purpose of the battery is to start the engine. When the engine is running, it produces its own electricity to charge the battery and run the various electrical components, including lights, heating, radio and so on.
Question 600. What happens if the vehicle has a flat battery? A. The engine will not start. B. The battery will have to be replaced. C. The battery will not work to its full efficiency. D. Smoke will rise from the vehicle.
Question 600 Answer, A. The engine will not start. Explanation: all motor vehicles have a battery to supply power, primarily to start the engine. If the battery is flat, you will not be able to start the engine in the normal way. When the engine is running, it produces its own electricity to recharge the battery and run the various electrical components, including lights, heating, the radio and so on.
Question 601. What should the driver be able to see in the vehicle mirrors when they have been properly adjusted? A. The position of the left side wheels. B. The area behind and to each side of the vehicle. C. The position of all the wheels. D. The passenger area of the vehicle.
Question 601 Answer, B. The area behind and to each side of the vehicle. Explanation: your mirrors enable you to see the road behind and to the sides. This helps you to take into account what's happening behind you, so that you can make informed, correct and safe decisions.
Question 602. What should the driver be able to see in the exterior mirrors of a vehicle when they have been properly adjusted? A. Be angled 60% to the car and 40% to the road. B. The sides of the vehicle only. C. The sides of the vehicle and the roads to the side. D. Should not show the sides of the vehicle.
Question 602 Answer, C. The sides of the vehicle and the roads to the side. Explanation: exterior mirrors enable you to see to the side of the vehicle, and to take into account all visible hazards and make correct and safe decisions.
Question 603. The vehicle's exterior mirrors are covered by a film of mud and dust. What should the driver do? A. Drive on as normal, as driving in the slipstream of other traffic will clean them eventually. B. Angle them towards the front for a distance in order to clean them. C. Clean them with a cloth or tissue before continuing on. D. Just use the interior mirror.
Question 603 Answer, C. Clean them with a cloth or tissue before continuing on. Explanation: keep your mirrors clean and properly adjusted, so that your view of the road to the rear and sides is clear and unhindered.
Question 604. When a driver is making a left-hand turn, what mirrors should they particularly concentrate on? A. The interior and right mirror. B. The interior mirror. C. The interior and left exterior mirror. D. The right-hand wing mirror.
Question 604 Answer, C. The interior and left exterior mirror. Explanation: when you are turning left, you should be aware that cyclists and other vehicles may come up on your inside. For that reason it is particularly important to check your left exterior mirror and your internal mirror before turning. Always use the mirror signal mirror, blind spots maneuver routine when you are turning, and be extra careful if you have to cross a bus lane to make the turn.
Question 605. What effect can wet weather have on a vehicle's exterior mirrors? A. It can make reflected images appear closer than they really are. B. It can cause a short circuit in electrically heated mirrors. C. It can keep them clean. D. Water droplets can obscure the reflected image.
Question 605 Answer, D. Water droplets can obscure the reflected image. Explanation: in rain and damp conditions, small water droplets can form on the glass of the exterior mirrors. This could make it more difficult to see the road behind and to the sides. Switch on the mirror demisters, if you have them.
Question 606. What does blue smoke coming from the vehicle's exhaust mean? A. The engine is burning oil. B. The catalytic converter is worn out. C. The engine is overheating. D. The air filter needs to be replaced.
Question 606. Answer: A. The engine is burning oil. Explanation: as an engine gets old or if it is not properly maintained, it can burn oil and give off blue smoke from the exhaust. This is harmful to the atmosphere and should be corrected.
Question 607. What is the effect of a worn exhaust? A. Fuel efficiency is decreased. B. The engine overheats. C. Gear changing is more difficult. D. The filtering of fumes is reduced and engine noise is louder.
Question 607. Answer: D. The filtering of fumes is reduced and engine noise is louder. Explanation: a worn exhaust system can have a number of effects, including increased noise from the engine and more fumes, as they are not filtered properly.
Question 608. How can a faulty exhaust affect your vehicle? A. It can increase the noise and pollution levels. B. It can lessen the engine noise. C. It can improve fuel consumption. D. It can increase wear on the engine.
Question 608. Answer: A. It can increase the noise and pollution levels. Explanation: a worn exhaust system can have a number of effects, including increased noise from the engine and more fumes, as they are not filtered properly.
Question 609. What is the purpose of a catalytic converter? A. It decreases engine power. B. It filters exhaust gases and reduces air pollution. C. It allows the engine to quickly reach its normal operating temperature. D. It increases engine power.
Question 609. Answer: B. It filters exhaust gases and reduces air pollution. Explanation: the purpose of a catalytic converter, CAT, is to remove toxic or polluting gases such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide and unburned hydrocarbons from the exhaust emissions.
Question 610. What does the speed rating of a tire indicate? A. The maximum speed for which the tire is designed. B. The speed not to be exceeded at maximum loading of the vehicle. C. The maximum speed which the tire can take on a dry road. D. The maximum speed the tire can take when the vehicle is unladen.
Question 610. Answer: A. The maximum speed for which the tire is designed. Explanation: the speed rating of a tire is the maximum speed for which the tire is designed. This relates to the speed capability of the tire. It does not relate to the speed at which the tire should or could legally be driven.
Question 611. Why should the valve be replaced when having a tubeless tire fitted? A. To ensure that the wheel can be aligned correctly. B. To ensure that the wheel nuts can be tightened correctly. C. To ensure that the wheel can be balanced correctly. D. To ensure the tire will stay inflated.
Question 611. Answer: D. To ensure the tire will stay inflated. Explanation: when fitting a new tubeless tire to a vehicle, it is a good idea to change the valve also, because it has presumably been on the wheel since the old tire was fitted, and it could break down, leak and cause the air to escape.
Question 612. After changing a wheel on a vehicle, what should be checked soon afterwards? A. The brake pad clearance. B. Tire tread depth. C. Air valve. D. The wheel nuts.
Question 612. Answer: D. The wheel nuts. Explanation: a short period after you have changed a wheel on a vehicle, you should check the type pressure, to make sure it is correct, and the wheel nuts, to ensure they are still properly secured.
Question 613. After changing a wheel on a vehicle, what should be checked soon afterwards? A. Air valve. B. The tire pressure. C. The brake pad clearance. D. Tire tread depth.
Question 613. Answer B. The tire pressure. Explanation: a short period after you have changed a wheel on a vehicle, you should check the tire pressure, to make sure it is correct, and the wheel nuts, to ensure they are still properly secured.
Question 614. In general, how often should a driver check the tire pressure of a vehicle? A. Annually. B. Regularly. C. Monthly. D. Rarely.
Question 614. Answer B. Regularly. Explanation: as a driver, it is your legal responsibility to make sure that your vehicle is roadworthy. To do this, you should carry out weekly and periodical checks, including a weekly tire pressure check.
Question 615. Why should tires be kept at the pressure specified by the manufacturer? A. Stop the vehicle from sloping to the left. B. To help provide optimum road holding. C. In maintaining the correct ground clearance. D. Reduce engine wear.
Question 615. Answer B. To help provide optimum road holding. Explanation: the vehicle manufacturer specifies the pressure to which tires on a vehicle should be inflated. This is the pressure that gives the best performance in road holding, efficient braking and fuel consumption. Most manufacturers specify different pressures for front or rear tires.
Question 616. A fault in what component would lead to uneven or excessive tire wear? A. Gearbox. B. Suspension. C. Accelerator. D. Engine.
Question 616. Answer B. Suspension. Explanation: if a vehicle has a worn suspension, it may lead to uneven or excessive tire wear. If you notice that your tires are unevenly worn, you should investigate the reason and have it repaired.
Question 617. What can be affected by driving on underinflated tires? A. Fuel consumption. B. The exhaust system. C. Oil pressure. D. Improved braking ability.
Question 617. Answer A. Fuel consumption. Explanation: incorrect tire pressure adversely affects many of the vehicle's systems, including brakes, suspension and steering. In particular, underinflated tires can increase the vehicle's fuel consumption.
Question 618. What can be affected by driving on underinflated tires? A. Oil pressure. B. Braking ability. C. The exhaust system. D. Improved braking ability.
Question 618. Answer B. Braking ability. Explanation: incorrect tire pressure adversely affects many of a vehicle's systems, including suspension, steering and fuel consumption. In particular, underinflated tires can affect the vehicle's braking ability.
Question 619. When should tire pressure be checked? A. When the tires are cold. B. When the vehicle is loaded. C. When the vehicle is unladen. D. When the tires are hot.
Question 619. Answer A. When the tires are cold. Explanation: you should check the tire pressure in your vehicle once a week. Do this when the tires are cold, using a reliable gauge. Tires should always be inflated according to the vehicle's manufacturer's guidelines.
Question 620. What effect does low tire pressure have on a vehicle? A. Braking and cornering are impaired. B. The brakes can overheat. C. Engine noise increases. D. The vehicle accelerates faster.
Question 620. Answer A. Braking and cornering are impaired. Explanation: incorrect tire pressure adversely affects many of a vehicle's systems, including suspension, steering and fuel consumption. In particular, underinflated tires can affect the vehicle's braking ability and its effectiveness when cornering.
Question 621. During a weekly check, a driver notices a badly worn front tire. What should they do? A. Check the tire pressure to ensure it remains constant. B. Fit it on one of the rear wheels. C. Reduce speed on wet roads. D. Have the worn tire replaced.
Question 621. Answer: D. Have the worn tire replaced. Explanation: the quality of the tires on a vehicle is an important factor in the vehicle's road holding and braking ability. So if you notice that a tire is badly worn, you should replace it as soon as possible. The minimum legal tread depth for tires on most vehicles is 1.6 mm, but you should replace a tire before it becomes this worn.
Question 622. What effect could hitting or mounting the curb have on a vehicle's tires? A. It could put them off balance. B. It could damage the sidewalls. C. It could allow air to escape from them. D. It could increase tire pressure.
Question 622. Answer: B. It could damage the sidewalls. Explanation: if a vehicle hits or mounts the curb, it could damage the sidewall of the tire. If that happens, it could cause the tire to blow out later. If this happens at high speed, the vehicle could go out of control and crash.
Question 623. What does worn tread along the edge of a tire suggest? A. Driver is driving too fast around corners. B. Air pressure is low. C. Steering alignment may be faulty. D. Air pressure is high.
Question 623. Answer: C. Steering alignment may be faulty. Explanation: if you notice that a tire on your vehicle is worn along its edge, this may indicate a problem with the steering alignment. This is a potentially dangerous problem, and you should have it fixed as soon as possible.
Question 624. What effect would underinflated tires have on a vehicle's transmission? A. It would make it more difficult to change gears. B. It would have no effect on it. C. It would cause the clutch to overheat. D. It would be easier to change gears.
Question 624. Answer: B. It would have no effect on it. Explanation: incorrect tire pressure adversely affects many of a vehicle's systems, including braking, suspension, steering and fuel consumption. It does not, however, affect the engine transmission.
Question 625. What should a driver do before undertaking a long journey? A. Check the tires are inflated to normal air pressure. B. Increase the air pressure in your tires. C. Reduce the air pressure in your tires. D. Eat a snack.
Question 625. Answer: A. Check the tires are inflated to normal air pressure. Explanation: it is important to check the tire pressure before starting a long journey, as incorrect air pressure can adversely affect many of the vehicle's systems, including brakes, steering, suspension and fuel consumption.
Question 626. Under what circumstances should a driver increase the air pressure in the tires before undertaking a long journey? A. Only if high speeds are anticipated. B. Always. C. Only if the tread depth is below 1.6 mm. D. Never.
Question 626. Answer: D. Never. Explanation: check the air pressure before you start a long journey, and when you inflate the tires, make sure that you follow the vehicle manufacturer's recommended tire pressure. This is the pressure that gives the best performance in road holding, efficient braking and fuel consumption.
Question 627. What is the effect of underinflated tires on a vehicle? A. Increase the rate of wear on the vehicle's engine and transmission. B. Impaired braking and steering. C. Improved fuel economy and braking. D. Improved braking and steering.
Question 627. Answer: B. impaired braking and steering. Explanation: check the tire pressure once a week. Incorrect tire pressure adversely affects many of a vehicle's systems, including braking ability, suspension, steering and fuel consumption.
Question 628. What effect would coasting have on a vehicle's tires? A. It would cause them to lose air pressure. B. It would increase the rate of wear on them. C. No effect. D. It would increase the tire's pressure.
Question 628. Answer: C. No effect. Explanation: coasting is a bad practice that happens when a driver allows a vehicle to move by its own momentum, or by gravity, for example, down a hill, with the engine disengaged. This can be done in two ways: 1. By putting the car into neutral gear while moving, or 2. By keeping the clutch pedal pressed down to disengage the selected gear. If a vehicle is coasting, the driver has much less control, so you should never coast. However, it has no effect on tires.
Question 629. What should the driver do to secure the vehicle when changing a wheel? A. Point the front wheels towards the curb. B. Point the front wheels away from the curb. C. Ensure that the gear lever is in neutral. D. Ensure that the vehicle cannot roll when jacked up.
Question 629. Answer: D. Ensure that the vehicle cannot roll when jacked up. Explanation: if you have to change a wheel, make sure you do it in a safe place on level ground. Also, apply the handbrake and engage a low gear to secure the vehicle before you jack it up.
Question 630. While driving, what does a continuous vibration in the steering indicate? A. The shock absorbers are worn. B. The steering is out of alignment. C. The wheel balance is uneven. D. Weight distribution is uneven.
Question 630. Answer: C. The wheel balance is uneven. Explanation: if you feel a continuous vibration in the steering, particularly at higher speeds, this could indicate that the balance of the vehicle wheels is uneven. If this is the case, you should have it investigated by a mechanic.
Question 631. What can cause heavy steering? A. Underinflated tires. B. Badly worn brakes. C. Poorly oiled steering. D. Overinflated tires.
Question 631. Answer: A. Underinflated tires. Explanation: heavy steering is when you need to use more effort than usual to turn the steering wheel. You might experience this if the power-assisted steering system is not working properly, or more commonly, if the front tires are underinflated.
Question 632. When driving, where should a driver rest their left foot? A. Under the brake pedal. B. On the floor or footrest. C. Under the clutch pedal. D. On the clutch pedal.
Question 632. Answer: B. On the floor or footrest. Explanation: the clutch is the connection between the engine and the gearbox. It enables the vehicle to move when a gear is engaged. You should not rest your foot on the clutch pedal because it may disengage the selected gear or damage the clutch mechanism.
Question 833. Why is a windscreen laminated? A. So the glass shatters into large fragments when struck by an object. B. To block the harmful rays coming from the sun. C. So the glass can have the registration number etched onto it. D. So as not to shatter into large fragments when struck by an object.
Question 833. Answer: D. So as not to shatter into large fragments when struck by an object. Explanation: a laminated windscreen, a plastic film sandwiched between two layers of glass, is designed not to break into large fragments when struck by an object. This is to prevent serious injury to the driver and passengers.
Question 834. What should a driver add to windscreen washer fluid in freezing weather? A. Methylated spirits. B. A mild anti-freezing agent for windows. C. Extra detergent. D. Hot water.
Question 834 Answer, B. A mild anti-freezing agent for windows. Explanation: in cold weather, use an anti-freezing agent in the windscreen washer fluid, so that the windscreen can be cleared if required.
Question 835. When the fluid reservoir is full to the mark, how would a driver check that the power-assisted steering is working effectively? A. Turn the steering wheel from lock to lock with the engine running. B. Turn the steering wheel with the brake pedal fully pressed. C. Turn the steering wheel with the brake pedal lightly pressed. D. Turn the steering wheel from lock to lock with the engine switched off.
Question 835 Answer, A. Turn the steering wheel from lock to lock with the engine running. Explanation: before starting a journey, check that the power-assisted steering is working by starting the engine and turning the steering wheel from full left lock to full right lock, to see that it operated smoothly and effectively.
Question 836. What is the effect of an incorrectly adjusted driver's seat? A. It can delay the driver from operating a control. B. It enables the driver to relax more on a long journey. C. It gives the driver a better view in the rear view mirror. D. It improves the driver's ability to operate the clutch.
Question 836 Answer, A. It can delay the driver from operating a control. Explanation: before starting a journey, you should adopt a suitable and comfortable driving position by adjusting the driver's seat to a position where all the vehicle controls can be operated efficiently.
Question 837. What should a driver do to reduce the risk of neck injury in a rear-end collision? A. Ensure the vehicle has anti-lock brakes. B. Use a properly adjusted seat belt. C. Use a properly adjusted head restraint. D. Ensure the vehicle has a rear spoiler.
Question 837 Answer, C. Use a properly adjusted head restraint. Explanation: head restraints are designed to protect the neck and spine in a collision and thus prevent or reduce whiplash. They should be properly adjusted for both the driver and the passengers.
Question 838. What should a driver do if the fuel system becomes airlocked? A. Loosen the fuel pump. B. Drain the fuel filter. C. Tighten the injector pipes. D. Bleed the air out of the fuel system.
Question 838 Answer, D. Bleed the air out of the fuel system. Explanation: the fuel system can become airlocked if you let the fuel get too low or if there is a leak in the system. You should have the problem corrected before driving. The solution may be as simple as bleeding the fuel system to release the air.
Question 839. When driving a vehicle with a diesel engine in freezing weather, what should a driver ensure? A. That the fuel level in the tank does not drop below quarter full. B. That the fuel has a high sulfur content. C. That the fuel is treated with an anti-waxing agent. D. That the fuel filter is drained.
Question 839 Answer, C. That the fuel is treated with an anti-waxing agent. Explanation: road diesel is supplied with an anti-waxing agent added to it. This generally prevents the fuel from freezing at temperatures as low as -15 degrees Celsius.
Question 840. When should a driver use their hazard warning lights? A. When parking for a short time on a single yellow line. B. When the vehicle has broken down. C. When about to pull in and stop. D. When the brake lights are not working.
Question 840 Answer, B. When the vehicle has broken down. Explanation: use the hazard warning lights to warn other road users of a danger ahead. For example, if your vehicle has broken and is stopped on the hard shoulder, you can use the hazard warning lights to warn following vehicles of your presence.
Question 841. When should a driver use the vehicle side lights? A. When parking at all times. B. When driving in an unlit area at night. C. When parking on an unlit road. D. When driving in foggy conditions.
Question 841 Answer, C. When parking on an unlit road. Explanation: you should use the side lights of your vehicle when parking on an unlit road at night, so that the vehicle can be easily seen by other road users.
Question 842. What is the effect of resting the foot on the clutch pedal? A. It wears out the clutch more quickly than normal. B. It allows corners to be taken without reducing speed. C. It facilitates quicker gear changes. D. It allows downhill speeds to be controlled more effectively.
Question 842 Answer, A. It wears out the clutch more quickly than normal. Explanation: the clutch is the connection between the engine and the gearbox. It enables the vehicle to move when a gear is engaged. When driving, you should not rest your foot on the clutch pedal, because it might disengage the selected gear and/or damage the clutch mechanism.
Question 844. What is the minimum legal tread depth for tires on cars? A. 0.6 mm. B. 1 mm. C. 1.6 mm. D. 2.6 mm.
Question 844 Answer, C. 1.6 mm. Explanation: all road vehicles, except motorcycles and vintage vehicles, must have a minimum tire tread depth of 1.6 mm over the main tread. However, for safety reasons, you should replace the vehicle's tires before they become this worn.
Question 845. In general, above what gross vehicle weight must be a trailer have brakes fitted? A. 500 kilograms. B. 750 kilograms. C. 850 kilograms. D. 900 kilograms.
Question 845 Answer, B. 750 kilograms. Explanation: brakes must be fitted to a trailer if its gross vehicle weight exceeding 750 kilograms or half the weight of the towing vehicle.
Question 846. While driving in rain, a driver notices that the wiper blades are worn. What should they do? A. Use the windscreen washer system while it is raining. B. Stop and wipe the windscreen with newspaper. C. Roll down the window and drive slowly. D. Have the blades replaced as soon as possible.
Question 846 Answer, D. Have the blades replaced as soon as possible. Explanation: use the windscreen wipers to keep the windscreen clear of rain, spray, snow or fog. Check them regularly to ensure that they are in good working order, and replace them when they become worn, before they become ineffective.
Question 847. What does using the vehicle's hazard warning lights allow a driver to do? A. To double park when making a delivery. B. To park on a double yellow line. C. To warn other road users that the vehicle is broken down. D. To stop on a clear way to let out a passenger.
Question 847 Answer, C. To warn other road users that the vehicle is broken down. Explanation: use the hazard warning lights to warn other road users of a danger ahead, when your vehicle is broken down and causing an obstruction, or when you need to slow down sharply on a motorway.
Question 848. What is a possible effect of overfilling the engine with oil? A. It could damage the catalytic converter. B. It could reduce the oil pressure. C. It could damage the oil pump. D. It could burst the oil filter.
Question 848 Answer, A. It could damage the catalytic converter. Explanation: catalytic converters are part of most vehicles' exhaust system. They remove up to 75% of the carbon monoxide, nitrogen and hydrocarbons from the vehicle's exhaust. Catalytic converters can be permanently damaged if, for example, the car is filled with leaded petrol rather than unleaded, or if the engine is overfilled with oil.
Question 849. What should a driver do when the wiper blade on the driver's side is partly worn? A. Apply a light film of oil to the blade. B. Swap the blade on the driver's side with the one on the passenger side. C. Have the worn blade replaced with a new one. D. Swap the worn blade with the one on the rear window.
Question 849. Answer: C. Have the worn blade replaced with a new one. Explanation: use the windscreen wipers to keep the windscreen clear of rain, spray, snow or fog. Check them regularly to ensure that they are in good working order, and replace them when they become worn, before they become ineffective.
Question 850. What should a driver check regularly to ensure that he will have a good clear view of the road when driving? A. There is enough fluid in the windscreen washer reservoir. B. The internal lights are all working correctly. C. The upholstery is clean. D. The rev counter is working correctly.
Question 850. Answer: A. There is enough fluid in the windscreen washer reservoir. Explanation: check the vehicle's windscreen wipers regularly to ensure the blades are in good condition, and check that there is water in the washer bottle.
Question 851. When replacing a wheel, in what order should wheel nuts be tightened? A. Tighten nuts in clockwise sequence. B. Tighten nuts in anti-clockwise sequence. C. Tighten diagonally opposite nuts first. D. Tighten nuts starting with the nuts at the bottom.
Question 851. Answer: C. Tighten diagonally opposite nuts first. Explanation: when fitting a wheel to your vehicle, tighten the nuts gradually and evenly by tightening them diagonally. For example, if the wheel has 4 nuts, first tighten the 2 nuts along one diagonal, then the nuts on the other diagonal. If the wheels has 5 nuts, tighten each alternate nut until all are tightened. All nuts should be tightened by the manufacturer's recommended torque.
Question 852. If the wiper blades are frozen to the windscreen, what should the driver do? A. Switch the wipers on at high speed to free them. B. Roll down the window and drive slowly with your head out the window. C. Pull the wipers free before switching them on. D. Defrost the windscreen before switching on the wipers.
Question 852. Answer: D. Defrost the windscreen before switching on the wipers. Explanation: before starting a journey in icy weather, make sure that the windows are clear. Use the demister to clear the windows and defrost the wipers so that they can be used to clear the windscreen.
Question 853. What is the purpose of side impact protection bars? A. To increase the weight of the vehicle, thereby improving its grip on the road. B. To make sure the vehicle cannot be overturned when hit from the side. C. To protect the doors from becoming damaged in the event of a crash. D. To protect the occupants when the vehicle is hit from the side.
Question 853. Answer: D. To protect the occupants when the vehicle is hit from the side. Explanation: side impact protection bars are fitted to some vehicles to protect the occupants of the vehicle in the event of a collision from the side.
Question 854. What problem is indicated when wipers suddenly cease to function? A. The windscreen washer reservoir is dry. B. A fuse is blown. C. The alternator is faulty. D. The wiper blades need to be replaced.
Question 854. Answer: B. A fuse is blown. Explanation: check the vehicle's windscreen wipers regularly to ensure the blades are in good condition, and check that there is water in the washer bottle. If the wipers stop working suddenly, the most likely cause is a blown fuse.
Question 855. Is a driver allowed to use rebated, green, diesel fuel in a car on a public road? A. Green diesel may be used in a car only in winter months. B. Green diesel may be used in a car only in summer months. C. Green diesel may never be used in a car. D. Green diesel may be used in a car only if the car is a taxi.
Question 855 Answer, C. Green diesel may never be used in a car. Explanation: if, in its normal use, a vehicle is used on a public road, it must use unmarked, white, diesel, as the appropriate excise duties are included in the purchase price. You can be prosecuted for using green diesel in a vehicle on a public road.
Question 856. What should the driver of a vehicle with power-assisted steering, PA, do if steering become more difficult as they are driving? A. Stop, check the level of the fluid and top up if necessary. B. Drive in a lower gear with increased engine revs. C. Increase the vehicle's front tire pressure. D. Drive in a higher gear with reduced engine revs.
Question 856 Answer, A. Stop, check the level of the fluid and top up if necessary. Explanation: most modern vehicles have power-assisted steering, PA. PA requires less effort and feels lighter, especially when carrying out maneuvers such as parking, U-turns and reversing. You should be aware that it is easy to oversteer with PA.
Question 857. Which part of the vehicle must be maintained in good condition? A. Upholstery. B. Headlights. C. Radio. D. Paintwork.
Question 857 Answer, B. Headlights. Explanation: you are responsible for your vehicle's roadworthiness and you should check it at regular intervals. Among the checks you should make are that all the lights, including the headlights, are in working order.
Question 858. How would a driver know if a brake light bulb was not working? A. By standing at the rear of the vehicle and getting another person to turn on side lights. B. They would notice the brake pedal become firmer under pressure. C. By standing at the rear of the vehicle and checking as another person presses the brake pedal. D. They would notice the brake pedal getting softer under pressure.
Question 858 Answer, C. By standing at the rear of the vehicle and checking as another person presses the brake pedal. Explanation: to help you to be sure that the rear brake lights are working correctly, ask someone to stand outside the car and to check that the lights come on when you press the brake pedal.
Question 859. When a wiper blade fails to clear the windscreen, what should the driver do? A. Have the blades replaced as soon as possible. B. Apply a light film of oil to the blade. C. Bend the wiper arm. D. Switch the wipers to the highest speed.
Question 859 Answer, A. Have the blades replaced as soon as possible. Explanation: use the windscreen wipers to keep the windscreen clear of rain, spray, snow or fog. Check them regularly to ensure that they are in good working order, and replace them when they become worn, before they become ineffective.
Question 860. What should a driver do if they get a tire blowout on the road? A. Continue driving until they reach a garage. B. Switch off the engine ignition to bring the vehicle to a halt. C. Apply the handbrake immediately to bring the vehicle to a halt. D. Apply the foot brake gently and bring the vehicle to a halt.
Question 860 Answer, D. Apply the foot brake gently and bring the vehicle to a halt. Explanation: if a tire on the vehicle you are driving blows out, slow down gradually and find an suitable place to stop. Switch on your hazard warning lights and change the wheel or call the assistance.
Question 861. What does the load index of a tire indicate? A. The maximum load of the vehicle. B. The maximum load per axle. C. The maximum load a tire can carry. D. The maximum air pressure of the tire.
Question 861 Answer, C. The maximum load a tire can carry. Explanation: the load index indicated the maximum weight that a tire can support safely. When replacing the tire on your vehicle, you should make sure that the new tire maintains the proper load index for the vehicle.
Question 862. What should a driver check regularly to ensure that have a good clear view of the road when driving? A. The windscreen wipers are working correctly. B. The upholstery is clean. C. The rev counter is working correctly. D. The internal lights are all working correctly.
Question 862. Answer: A. The windscreen wipers are working correctly. Explanation: use the windscreen wipers to keep the windscreen clear of rain, spray, snow or fog. Check them regularly to ensure that they are in good working order, and replace them when they become worn, before they become ineffective.
Question 863. The handbrake generally works on which wheels? A. The front wheels. B. The rear wheels. C. All the wheels. D. The rear right-hand wheel.
Question 863. Answer: B. The rear wheels. Explanation: the function of the handbrake, or parking brake, is to stop the vehicle from moving when it is parked or when it is stopped on a hill. You normally use the handbrake when the vehicle is already stationary. You don't use it to stop the vehicle. It is even more important to use the handbrake when parked on a hill or when stationary in a vehicle with automatic transmission to prevent creep. In most vehicles, the handbrake operates on the rear wheels only.
Question 864. What is the recommended method of driving a vehicle with automatic transmission? A. Operate the accelerator and brake with the left foot. B. Operate the accelerator with the right foot and the brake with the left foot. C. Operate the accelerator and brake with the right foot. D. Use the handbrake to bring the vehicle to a halt.
Question 864. Answer: C. Operate the accelerator and brake with the right foot. Explanation: if a tire on the vehicle you are driving blows out, slow down gradually and find a suitable place to stop. Switch on your hazard warning lights and change the wheel or call the assistance.
Question 865. What lights should be on a car trailer? A. Brake lights and indicators only. B. Indicators and rear number plate lights only. C. Indicators, brake lights, rear number plate light, red reflectors and rear tail lights. D. Rear tail lights.
Question 865. Answer: C. Indicators, brake lights, rear number plate light, red reflectors and rear tail lights. Explanation: all vehicles, including trailers, must have rear indicators, brake lights, a rear number plate light, red reflectors and rear tail lights.